Hiya, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Wendy and this is my vegan veggie garden. Although I'm not in the garden today, I am sat at the dining room table and I'm going to sow some onions and leeks, and I'm going to prick out some lettuce. I'll show you the lettuce. The seedlings have gone very leggy. So I'm going to prick some of these out today into modules and let them grow on, and then I'll plant them out into the garden probably in about 2 or 3 weeks when they're big enough. But they're pretty hardy things. I've had some out in the garden all winter so far and they're doing really well, so I'm not worried about these going out at all in the next couple of weeks. The onions, I've got some red Amposta, yeah, red Amposta, and I've got some Bedfordshire Champion. So those are going to be multi-sown into module trays. And I've also got just a few, not very many because I used most of these up last year. I've got some Leek. These are Zematt, and they can be used as baby leeks or left to grow on for bigger leeks. Now, for whatever reason, I didn't get any big leeks last year at all, but they were fine. They were fine. They did the job. So I'm going to get on with sowing these onion seeds and pricking out the lettuce, and I'm going to try and put you in a position where you can actually see what I'm doing. I don't have a stand at the moment, or anything else to kind of get you into a position that I can just leave you in to film. I am waiting for the equipment to come through. Anyway, I'll get on with it, and I'll see you at the end. Bye. Right, okay. What I've got here in this tray is a mixture of just standard potting compost, although it is vegan friendly potting compost, with some coconut coir, just to kind of bulk it out a bit because I'm running on a budget and I can't really afford to go all out on bought compost, and I'm waiting for my compost to be ready to actually be used on the beds. But this should be absolutely fine just for the seedlings, and they'll get most of their nutrients once they're planted. So just drilled some little holes ready for the seedlings to go in, and I'm going to start with the Lettony, which is the ones in the middle. These ones in the middle here. So all I'm going to do is I'm just using a marker stick just to kind of come underneath them and lift them out. This is a method that I've seen Charles Dowding use, and a couple of other people that I follow on YouTube, and if it's good enough for them, I'll give it a go. It'll hopefully work. If it doesn't, lettuce seeds are relatively cheap, so it should be fine for me. Oh, I think I just broke that one. Note to self, don't break your seedlings while you're planting them out. Look at that. Try again. Perhaps I've allowed them to get a little bit too leggy, or maybe I'm just a little bit too enthusiastic trying to poke it down into the hole that I've made. I'll let you decide that. Let's make that hole a bit deeper. The whole point of doing the deeper holes is to and get more of the body in so they're not quite so leggy. But these will be going out into the greenhouse. To grow on a bit, as I said earlier. Let's move this over a bit so you can see what I'm doing. So I'll just do one more on camera and then I'll get on with it, and you can come back and see the mess I've made. When I'm done. Okay, so here we have the front 3 rows are Lettony, and this one is all year round, mainly because the Lettonys have germinated better than the all year round, and it's actually the one that we prefer because it's a crispy lettuce with like frilly edges. It's really pretty. So that's that done. I just need to label it up and I'll then move on to the onions. Okay, this is one of my module trays I got from a company called Seed. I'm not promoting them. I'm not being paid for this. I have bought this out of my own money because I thought it looked like a really good idea. I'll show you one that's not been filled. So this is the tray. It's really thick, strong plastic, and the modules all lift out, which means that you can actually tip your seeds out really easily. And then you've got a slot at the back here that you can water underneath, so that you're then obviously not washing your seeds away either. And I thought it looked really good, so I thought I'd give them a go. Okay, I'm going to do 3 rows of the Bedfordshire Champion, 3 rows of the red, can't remember what it's called, red Amposta, and just 1 row of the Leeks. These are the Bedford Champion seeds, and we're going for 4-ish per cell. Might be more. Oh, there's only 2 in that one. I have already dibbed little hollows in these trays with my fingers, just so that the seeds will sit nicely. This is the first year that I've actually tried to grow onions at all, really. I put some onion sets in back in October. There I showed you those ones on the walk around video that I did. And this is obviously the first time I've sown onion seeds. So I'm quite excited to see what happens if they grow. It might be a complete disaster. we shall see. That's part of the fun in growing stuff, is you never quite know how things are going to turn out, whether they're going to be a success or an absolute disaster. Sorry, that was a really awful impression of Craig Ruffle Horwood. I can't ever think of the word disaster without actually thinking of the way he says it. Right, that's the Bedfordshire champion. So there should be, if I've done it right, 60 onions in that lot. And I'll carry on with the sowing, and I won't make you watch me. I'll see you in a minute. So that's all my onion and leek seeds sown now. I'm just going to top it off with a little bit more compost, and this compost has been soaked, pre-watered, damp, so I'm not going to be actually watering these. They should have enough moisture in them already. I'm just going to cover them over, and they'll sit on this table here until they germinate. And once they've germinated, I will pop them out into the greenhouse, let them carry on growing. We don't really get enough light in here at this time of year. Although this window is a very sunny spot in the summer, in the mornings, it's not very, doesn't get very much light at this time of year. So consequently, as you saw with the lettuce, things get quite leggy if I leave them in here for too long. Whereas if they're in the greenhouse, they've got at least as much light as if they were actually sat in the garden itself, with a little bit of, obviously, protection from the walls of the greenhouse. I think that's all done. Okay. One last thing I wanted to show you before I sign off is my peas in some lovely deep root trainers there. And even more exciting than peas, I've got sweet peas coming up. I've never grown sweet peas before. I don't know how long I need to wait until I can put them outside into the greenhouse. Hopefully once they're all up. I did sow 2 to a cell, so hopefully once they're all up I can just move them out there and the peas will carry on growing. I know the peas will be absolutely fine. Sorry about the shaky. Yeah, I know the peas will be absolutely fine. I'm hoping the sweet peas will be as well. Let me know. What do you think? I never really grow flowers, so this is the first year I've properly grown anything other than a marigold to keep the slugs off the tomatoes. So yeah, give me some tips. What do I need to do with these things once they're up? Well, I hope you enjoyed that little sowing blog, and hopefully I'll see you again. If you like what you see, please press the like button, and I would love it if you would subscribe and come back and join me again sometime. Thank you. Bye bye.